Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, I'm Olivia. Welcome to Calico Adventures. So now that we have reached January of 2024, we wanted to take this time with this month's video to kind of reflect on the last year that we've gone through, the first year of taking our adventures and putting them online for other people to see. So this video, we're going to be looking back at our favorite moments from the 2023 videos, and we're also going to take a moment to think about what we want to do for the 2024 videos.
We're going to start this video off by talking about our top 3 moments between the two of us.
So when we were talking about what our favorite parts were, in third place we agreed actually on the effigy mounds hike. And why is that one of your favorite moments?
It's one of my favorite moments, mainly because the lighting that I was able to get with some of the photographs I took, as well as the scenic view across the Mississippi River, the angle it's at facing towards a bridge, got the river going around, got islands in the middle of the river, and at that time there were boaters, like tons of boats all over the island that decided to park there and have a party. You had boats that were just zipping back and forth. It was a lot to look at. It was fun. Now, what was your favorite part about the effigy mounds?
Well, my favorite part was not necessarily the switchback that it took for us to get up there. That was quite a challenging part of the hike. But really it was the other people that we came across. There were families up there, a lovely older gentleman who stopped and chatted with us for a while about some of the other things that he liked in the area. There was a couple trying to figure out if they were going the right direction or not, and we kind of pointed them towards the direction we took, because we kind of went apparently backwards to everybody else. But also just the mounds themselves. I mean, we don't know the entire significance of them, but that they were left by the Native Americans in the area. But I mean, anything from a series of dots to somebody making a mound shaped like a bear. I mean, that's creative ingenuity at its finest in any century. So there was something peaceful about being up there. Of course, when you're standing over the Mississippi River and you can hear somebody having fun on a jet ski, that also adds a little bit to it. So I enjoyed a little bit of the ambience while we were up there as well. So that's why the effigy mounds was in my top 3.
For our second favorite pick, it was both out of the Duluth area. For me, it was the Glensheen Mansion. It's always interesting going there because in different seasons, you gotta make sure you do it in different seasons because there's different lighting. We had snow there. It was April. It was April. But there was snow there. I took one of my favorite pictures of a bridge going across a creek there that flows right into Lake Superior. Then, of course, just going and touring the inside of the house. He built this huge house, steel I-beams, bricks, and they've done a really good job keeping that up. It's just inspiring to look at every time you go. Peaceful up there, and all around pleasant place to be. So what was your favorite part of the Duluth area?
So what ranked second for me, and was also my favorite part of the Duluth area, was Jay Cooke State Park. So we've done Glensheen, we've done Duluth and Jay Cooke before, back in 2019. So that was a little before kind of, the pandemic, all that stuff. So a lot of things changed since we had been up there before. And one of the things with the changes was Jay Cooke State Park. So when we were there in 2019, we actually stayed at the park, and we actually did some of the trails on the other side of the swing bridge, and it was beautiful, a little mosquito heavy if I remember correctly. I remember what the river was like in 2019 when it was just this cute little trickle surrounded by that gorgeous iron-rich rock that's down there with the pines kind of leaning into it on the side. But when we went there this spring, that river had filled up the entire valley or gorge or whatever you call it. And it was just water moving so fast. And I've seen some pretty flooded waters in my day, but the speed of that water and the awe that it gave not just Jeff and me, but also everybody else who was there just to ogle at the water, because it had only been 2 days, I think, since they had opened the bridge back up. You could feel the roar of the water through the bridge, and you could feel the people walking on it as well. That bridge terrified me in 2019, and even though it was really scary this year as well, just seeing that water from standing right on top of it and seeing other people's faces really just kind of hit home for me just how powerful nature can be sometimes. So that's why that is my second favorite part of 2023. So we realized after we kind of decided our top three each that we kind of had a bit of a theme going. Of course, we had the same number 3 and number 2 was both at the same event. Number 1 is in the same location but with different times of year. So with that, Jeff, what is your top moment of our 2023 adventures?
My top moment was our final hike that we did last year. That final hike was my favorite. It was long, it was varying. I had a lot of photo opportunities. I got to be goofy. But anyways, it was tons of fun, hands down. And by the end of it, it was like, finally, we're done with it, but it was completely worth it. Yeah, that was at Beaver Creek State Park. What is your top 2023 Calico adventure moment?
It's going to be the footage that we got for our very first video back in June. So we filmed in May at Beaver Creek State Park as well. And there was just something about that time of year in the state park where the snowfall has melted and everything is just extra green. We saw a couple deer. Jeff was trying to take photos of every bird that came along his way, and a chipmunk, I think, as well at one point. But there's just something about being in that state park and knowing we can escape there and knowing that's what it looks like. And it was just so special to be there and to listen to the water and to hike with the other interested parties on our favorite little loop that's just a nice little 3-mile loop that we like to do. It just brings back good memories because that's a place we've been going to for on and off for the last four years now, I think, is when we first discovered it. And it's just so nice to be able to get away, and it's a nice little piece of paradise kind of. So I love the ease of it, and that specific time was really special for us. So that's why it's my top moment for 2023.
Okay, I have started filming.
You started filming just in time to get that stretch.
Or at least I think,
Tina
yep.
as well?
She's in.
Tina. Is she in it way over there?
Over there. Her tail.
Tina.
Come here.
So, now that last year's over, and it is now this year, where do you want to go?
So a place I've been wanting to go for years but haven't been to yet is Whitewater State Park in Minnesota. It's located, I think, east. It's kind of between Rochester and Winona, Minnesota, off of I-90. And I've heard that this is a very beautiful state park. And at one point last year, they were looking at it as a contender for a new national park. Tells you just how beautiful it is. And it's up in the bluffs, I think, but it's also, I mean, whitewater. It's got to have some kind of rapids going through it. So I just want to see what it's all about. So Whitewater State Park is where I want to go the most. And where do you want to go in 2024?
Where do I want to go? I don't think we're ready for where I want to go. I want to go Voyageurs National Park. I want to go portaging, find some place far off, relax. Except it wouldn't be really relaxing because you got a lot to do when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Camping deep where nobody is really going to find you. Hopefully. Yeah, you've got a lot of stuff to do. And yeah, I don't think we're ready for that. But that's one place I really want to go before we move on to our next adventure.
So, obviously we have, 10 months or so of filming underneath our belts now, of going out and doing the adventures that we always do, but bringing the camera along and filming it and editing it, posting all of that kind of in a mostly timely manner. So, thinking about that, what do you want to improve on with our process in 2024?
I definitely want to be able to get our footage, like you mentioned to me, off camera. I do want to get our footage and my photographs and all that onto the computer faster. It's really just my photography, especially low light. I learned a lot about lighting this last year, with just what this camera sees versus what we see is leagues different. And I never really thought on that level before, but then going and learning how cameras work and the way they capture lighting and how to work with that lighting to bring out pictures, it still just blows my mind. Because I was doing light testings in the dark, and when we were doing our last camping trip of last year in October, and I was using regular flashlights, and I was testing my cell phone camera, I was testing different colors. Anyway, I want to take what I learned about that, apply it to making my pictures better. What are you looking to do better next year?
So I kind of have a twofold as well. The first one is I really want to use the drone more. So we are a little limited here because, at least on the Minnesota side, the state parks do not allow drones. And of course that's where the best drone footage would be. So we got to kind of do a little bit more practicing with it. We only got to use it a couple times last year, and once was the video that appears in our intro video, and kind of realized there are things we can capture even if it's not in a state park. Some of our travel footage, stuff like that. There are things we can actually do. The other thing is, and I've had this dream for a long time, is I see some absolutely beautiful nighttime lapses of the sky. And from what Jeff has told me, it's complicated and can take up a lot of footage or a lot of time depending on how you do it. But I would love to be able to actually capture that, because that is one of the coolest things for me, is time lapses, specifically of the stars, the Milky Way, things turning like that. So that is a personal goal of mine, to do a bit more research into how we can make our cameras work for us and how we can actually do it without wasting a lot of time or a lot of battery. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's one I'm looking forward to.
The cameras that we currently have.
Yes, the cameras we currently have. So that is my goal right there.
So, as we end this video, I want to thank everyone for watching. Everyone that likes and subscribes, thank you all so much. We look forward to another good year. Your turn.
Thanks for tuning into this video, and thanks for joining us on our adventures in 2023. We hope to take you on many more adventures in 2024, starting with a very exciting one next month of our recent trip to Europe for Christmas. So stay tuned for that for February, and until then, we will leave you with a little bit more footage of Tina that we'll take. Thank you very much, and have a great January.
So we're trying to film right now, and Tina is just off camera being the absolute cutest that she can be.
She is the cutest.
Her Christmas present was some springs, because it turns out she likes springs.
What are you even doing? She's adorable. She's the whole reason it's called Calico Adventure.
She really is. Some people might look at Tina and not think of a calico, because calicos are the classic white and tan and black, but I stick by the very first time that I took Tina to the vet in 2016. The vet said that she has some calico in her, so she's a queen cat, if you will, has a big personality. So that is where Calico Adventures came from. As you can see, very queen personality here.